In a game that features two teams that may be heading in opposite directions, the Tennessee Titans travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. So what has to be the X factors and keys in this game for both teams to come away with the victory?
Starting with the Titans offense in this ball game, I look to wide receiver Taywan Taylor being the big-time X factor against the Bills, with the expected attention going toward Corey Davis and the fact that Taylor is coming off of the performance he had against the Eagles. I'm willing to bet that he will draw the favorable matchup and opportunity in this game against Buffalo to shine. Now, Taylor is starting to come into his own as a consistent threat, and the Titans will need him to be big-time in this ball game. Defensively, cornerback Malcolm Butler seems to have a target on his back as opposing teams are starting to single him out and throwing his way more often than you would expect the team to do to an opponent's number one corner. Butler was brought in to be that guy on the outside, but it's been a bit up and down for him to start the season. Best believe rookie quarterback Josh Allen and the Bills' passing game will try to get things rolling early by targeting Butler very soon in this ball game, so he has to be ready to compete and win those individual battles. For you fantasy football fans out there, check out my fantasy football content on The Athletic. Visit the website, theathletic.com/fantasy, and also follow them on Twitter as well at TheAthleticFF. Offensively for Buffalo, I look at offensive coordinator Brian Daboll and him having to find the right collection of plays to help this offense have success in spite of the perceived lack of weapons. This is still an NFL franchise, so there is some level of talent on this side of the ball. I think what could happen is Buffalo could emphasize the run more while de-emphasizing the passing game just a bit. To me, that's where they get into trouble, and it's with their rookie quarterback, so it's up to Daboll to figure out this equation against an aggressive Titans defense. On the other side of the ball, rookie linebacker Tremaine Edmunds should play a huge role in this game. I think he's played really well for Buffalo so far this season, and in this matchup versus a guy like Marcus Mariota, I would expect him to have some sort of spine responsibilities added to what he's already required to do at the position. Also, his height and length could be a factor in the passing game. It can do a great job at shrinking or in some cases taking away passing windows completely. Be sure to check out Football Game Plan's Best Bets podcast, where our analysts Chris James, Gene Clemens, and myself will give you our best college football and NFL picks against the spread for this upcoming week. And in case you want to put a couple shekels on some games, we help you take home the loot. So subscribe on iTunes or listen on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/FBGP podcast. I like the Titans in this ball game. This team is really good on defense, and to me, that's where they will be able to win this ball game. While their offense can be inconsistent at times because of how well they can play defensively in conjunction with this particular opponent, they'll get enough swings at the tree to get into gear. A win against Buffalo will put Tennessee back in the mix for the AFC South.
So that's it for this week's episode of Football Game Plan's NFL X Factors. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts, and don't forget to check out and subscribe to the Football Game Plan Network located at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And always remember to subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan podcast and leave us a 5-star rating.